Alright, so just going over a stream highlight here from my last stream. This is going to be a game with Ultra Necrozma on the expanded ladder, playing against ADP. It was a really good game that I thought showed off how you play this matchup as the Ultra Necrozma really well, so I thought I would go ahead and just highlight it here. So we start off with the Mimikyu, kind of an awkward hand. Yeah, immediately we see that it is indeed ADP. So we have the Ranger in our starting hand, which is good. The rest of the hand isn't too great. We do start the Fairy Mimikyu, which is a bit of a shame. You don't want to put that one in harm's way, since you want to, of course, use it after the Ultimate Ray. Although starting with the Ranger is pretty good. So we're just going to bench the Ultra Necrozma so we don't get donked, and pass it over to our opponents. And they're going to go ahead and attach Double Dragon Energy, so they do have the turn 1 GX attack. We'll see what else they can manage to get done on their first turn here. They bench another ADP, which is interesting, rather than benching a Zacian. I guess that's all they had, and they go ahead and GX attack, so we will immediately respond with our Pokemon Ranger, cancel that out, and then we will get rid of the Marnie and the N, since we're probably just going to Juniper next turn. And here, probably just want to find a sacrifice to retreat the Mimikyu into, so that we can keep it safe. We could sacrifice the Marshadow, but these decks typically play Swell, so we'll go ahead and leave that. And we'll just grab the Remoraid. If they, somehow miss the knockout here, then it does mean that we have the Remoraid developed, and we always have a second one if need be, so we'll go ahead and attach the counter energy in case they end us and retreat to the Remoraid, and yeah, at this point we just hope they don't have Floatstone Guzma to knock out the Mimikyu. And of course next turn we're holding onto the Juniper for a fresh hand. Alright, they're going to open up with a Cynthia, so that saves us from the Guzma. Lucky there. And they go ahead and they bench a Zacian. Trainer's Mail. Okay, and Trainer's Mail does find them in the Guzma, so they have that for next turn. Trainer's Mail again, find VS Seeker. Not sure if they're digging for more Zacian or anything, but yeah, they're going to go ahead and just Intrepid Sword here rather than attack into the Remoraid and immediately get blown up by the Mimikyu. Smart choice. We actually top deck Lovable here, so we can go ahead and find Octillery or Remoraid. Probably just going to find Remoraid here, since evolving Octillery, probably that is just going to get knocked out soon. And we actually end up finding the Octillery off of the Juniper anyway, so we'll go ahead and evolve and Floatstone it, play the Nest Ball, and grab a second Mimikyu. Go ahead and threaten that Zacian. And we'll go ahead and Abyssal Hand. And unfortunately, we did not get Double Dragon and Silent Lab. If we had, we would have been able to attack here, but no Silent Lab means we'll just retreat into the other Remoraid. We do know they have Guzma, but this at least forces them to play it. And we have the Rescue Stitcher in hand for the Fairy Mimikyu, so if they knock it out, we can hopefully respond back with that immediately. And they are only taking one prize here, so as long as we can respond back to their Ultimate Ray with a Fairy Mimikyu, we will be in a very strong spot here. Alright, so they're going to go ahead and accelerate energy onto the Zacian. Smart move. We'll go ahead and promote our free retreat Octillery, so now we have a whole bunch of draws. Let's see if we can find that energy. So first things first, we'll go ahead and get the Mimikyu back, put it on our bench. We will special charge, put the counter back in, give us double the chance of finding it. And since we're going to go all out and dig for the counter energy here, we can ditch the Double Dragon and the Guzma and grab second Octillery, and now we have 2 Octillery draws plus VS Seeker for Juniper, so we can draw a huge amount of cards here to find that counter. And we actually find it pretty much immediately, so that is a fantastic turn of events. Definitely deserving of the well played. Go ahead and Abyssal Hand here again. And at this point we don't really need to dig since we have everything we need here, so we'll actually just go ahead and play the VS Seeker and Marnie our opponents, which will put us in a great spot here, not only getting a 3-prize knockout, but also putting our opponent down to a low hand size. And we actually find the Silent Lab off of the Barney, so we put our opponent down to a low hand size, hopefully lock their basic abilities, and give them a 3-prize knockout. So that was a massive turn for us. We went from, you know, having our Mimikyu knocked out and our energy taken off the board to taking 3 prizes and martying our opponent and locking them with Silent Lab. So go ahead and take the compressor off of the prizes there within our deck, and we do see that they have the ADP down, which will hopefully be 3 prizes. For us, we also see that they bench the Oranguru, which does give us the possibility of going after Zacian and Oranguru for our last 3 prizes, although we'll probably still go after the ADP since that's 2 knockouts, rather than knocking out Zacian and then Oranguru, which is 3 hits, excuse me. They also do put down the Chaotic Swell, but we have Nest Ball and Level Ball in our hand to find a Marshadow. So, first things first, we will go ahead and play the Nest Ball, get the Marshadow, and remove that Stadium, since we are on the hunt here for bringing up that ADP, which we actually have it in our hand right now. So we'll go ahead and thin some useless cards in case our opponent ends us. We don't need any more Ball Surge, and we don't need an N of our own since we are at 3 prizes. So we can go ahead and computer search here for the Silent Lab, since we don't actually have the Guzma in the discard pile, it looks like. So we don't need the Level Ball, and we probably don't need this Ultra Necrozma here, so we'll get rid of those with computer search. Still grab the lab, attach the Double Dragon, and okay, we do have the Guzma in the discard pile. It looks like it was just on the second page there. So yeah, have everything we needed in hand to bring up that ADP. We'll go ahead and shuffle in these Pokemon since they're all pretty useful. Go ahead and get some Octillery draws. At this point, there isn't much we need. We just want to thin so that if we do get end, we have a whole bunch of Gust in our hand. Nothing really here to thin, so we'll just lust our downfall. And now we are forcing our opponent with a 2-card hand and a lab in play to both end us and retreat this ADP, which is just an impossible spot for our opponent to be in. And yeah, even if they manage to find a way to retreat the ADP here, there's no way that they also have an N in hand to disrupt our hand. And since we're holding the VS Seeker for Guzma, the Silent Lab, and the Double Dragon energy, there's nothing really they can do here. They evolve into the Scizor VMAX, but that's not going to help them. So yeah, that is the gameplay against Ultra Necrozma. I hope you enjoyed, and have a nice day.